Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to another video। तो कल रात स्टर्लिंग ने और कोल पार्मर ने अपनी पुरानी टीम के खिलाफ गोल करके औकात दिखाई थी। ये कहना है पेप गार्डियोला का। व्हाट अ इनक्रेडिबल गेम ऑफ फुटबॉल दैट वाज। 4-4 मैन सिटी वर्सेस चेल्सी एंड इट वाज अ वेरी गुड गेम फॉर अ न्यूट्रल लाइक मी टू वॉच बिकॉज लाइक आई यूजुअली जस्ट वॉच मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड के मैचेस और आई थिंक एनी गेम जो कि यूनाइटेड की नहीं हो इज़ अ वेरी मेजर रिलीफ फॉर मी. So we will be discussing about all the games, all the big games which happened this week. So the first game we are going to discuss is Barcelona versus Deportivo Alaves. उन्होंने within I think 1 minute से कम के टाइम में I think around about 30 seconds के टाइम में they scored. But credits to Lewandowski's brace. एक पेनल्टी थी which he scored 78th minute के around and then 53rd minute पे Lewandowski scored his first goal and obviously then later 78th minute पे penalty करके he completed his brace and due to the brace of Lewandowski credits to that two goals Barcelona जो है वो ये मैच जीत गई 2-1. I might be wrong because like I don't watch Barcelona that much but ऐसी vibe आ रही है कि Barcelona are not winning the games comfortably. You know एक pattern Barcelona के matches में इस season दिख रहा है कि they are making comebacks in like every 2-3 गेम्स. लाइक एक गेम वो कंफर्टेबली जीतेंगे, दो गेम्स भी ऑन द बाउंस कंफर्टेबली जीत के, मगर उसके बाद जो तीसरी होगी उस पर वो उन्हें कम बैक करना पड़ता है. लाइक जो दूसरी ओपोनेंट टीम है वो पहले गोल कर लेती है. और इससे पिछला मैच जो है वो शाख्तार दोनेस्क से हार के आ रहे थे, तो काफ़ी थोड़ा सा ना एक बहुत थिन सा पैच जा रहा है. बट ऑब्वियसली दे आर गेटिंग द रिजल्ट्स एंड दैट इज़ व्हाट इज़ रिक्वायर्ड एंड दैट इज़ व्हाट मीन्स द मोस्ट टू देम राइट नाउ. बिकॉज लाइक इस तरह के पैचेस तो आते जाते रहते हैं. रिजल्ट्स आर द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग एंड आई थिंक दैट दे आर गेटिंग द डिजायर्ड रिजल्ट्स इवन इन द टाइम्स जब वो इतना बेहतरीन फुटबॉल नहीं भी खेल पा रहे या इतना डोमिनेट फुटबॉल जो है वो नहीं खेल पा रहे. मगर अगेन it was very good game of football. Joao Felix was very good. Again, Igor Gundogan had a very good game. Then Lewandowski obviously scored the brace. Joao Cancelo was also very good. So overall it was a very decent game. It was a very fun game. अगर आपने पहले सिर्फ 1 मिनट नहीं देखा तो उसके अलावा मैं लाइक 80% बार्सिलोना अच्छा खेल गया मैच. एवरीथिंग वाज इन देयर फेवर. नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट अ वेरी हाई स्कोरिंग गेम जो कि ला लीगा में इस वीक हुई. वेलेंसिया प्लेड रियल मैड्रिड एंड रियल मैड्रिड ने फेंटा लगाया है वेलेंसिया का 5-1 विद डार्वहाल ओपनिंग द स्कोरिंग फॉर रियल मैड्रिड तीसरे मिनट के अराउंड अबाउट. एंड देन विनीशियस जूनियर स्कोर्ड अगेन 42 मिनट पे और फिर उन्होंने किया 49th मिनट पे और फिर 50 मिनट पे उनको रॉड्रिगो से पड़ गया. तो दैट सम्स अप हाउ फ्रिजाइल एंड हाउ पुअर वेलेंसिया वर डिफेंसिवली. और रॉड्रिगो के अगर हम स्टार्ट्स देखें इस गेम से तो रॉड्रिगो मैनेज टू गेट 2 assists एंड ऑल्सो ही स्कोर 2 goals. So that is a very good news for all the Madrid fans out there that Rodrigo and Vinicius Junior both scored twice in this game and also one of those players also had 2 assists in that game. So it was an overall very dominating and very convincing performance from Real Madrid. After that performance, if we take a look on the La Liga table, Girona is still on number 1. That is very weird, but it is what it is. They have 34 points. That is incredible. The campaign they are having is very remarkable. They might not obviously they might not win the league, but still I think the campaign they are having right now is admirable and they're playing very good. So they have 34 points. They have played 13 games and then we have Real Madrid who have 32 points और उन्होंने भी 13 गेम्स ही खेली हैं. बार्सिलोना के इस वक्त 13 गेम्स खेलने के बाद हैं उनके 30 पॉइंट्स, जबकि एथलेटिको मैड्रिड के हैं 28 पॉइंट्स, मगर उन्होंने 12 गेमें खेली हैं. अभी एथलेटिको मैड्रिड जो है वो एक गेम पीछे, यानी कि एथलेटिको मैड्रिड अगला गेम अगर जीत जाती है तो देन दे कैन even go above Barcelona and they can sit on the 3rd position. So that would be very interesting to see what happens in the Liga next week. तो अब बात करते हैं प्रीमियर लीग के बारे में. बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग वीक था प्रीमियर लीग में. अगर हम इस वक्त प्रीमियर लीग का टेबल देखें तो ऑब्वियसली मैन सिटी इज़ ऑन द नंबर 1 पोजीशन विद 28 पॉइंट्स और लिवरपूल जो है वो 2nd पोजीशन पे है ना. और मैचेस को डिस्कस करने से पहले मैं आपको टेबल क्यों बता रहा हूँ, क्योंकि अगर आप टेबल पे देखें तो इस वक्त जो फर्स्ट टीम है मैन सिटी और ऑब्वियसली जो सेकंड टीम है लिवरपूल, जिनके अंदर सिर्फ 1 पॉइंट का डिफरेंस है और गेम्स बराबर है. दे प्ले ईच अदर नेक्स्ट वीक नहीं 25 को, मतलब इंटरनेशनल ब्रेक के बाद जब जो भी सीन है. तो दैट गेम वुड बी वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. देखते हैं क्या होता है उस मैच में, क्योंकि जो भी वो मैच जीतेगा प्रोबेबली ही वुड बी फिनिशिंग ऑन द फर्स्ट पोजीशन उस मैच के बाद, अगर तो ड्रॉ नहीं होता. लेट्स स्टार्ट विद लिवरपूल. लिवरपूल प्लेड ब्रेंटफोर्ड दिस वीक थैंक्स टू Salah's brace and Jota's 74th minute goal. They won this game 3-0. A very comfortable win. Brentford were not that good. They usually have this charm in them कि वो एकदम शॉक कर देते हैं इस तरह की टीम्स को, खासतौर पे they defeated Liverpool last season. So they always have this thing in them कि वो they can do something very special. But this game was very very average, like complete Liverpool dominance, or everyone played good apart from Endo. But now he was also decent. He was very decent. एंड नॉरगार्ड ने अच्छा खेला था ब्रेंटफोर्ड से. बाकी इट वाज जस्ट अ गुड परफॉर्मेंस, योर एवरेज परफॉर्मेंस फ्रॉम लिवरपूल. Van Dijk and Matip bossing from the defensive cover line, Alisson making some good saves. So it was a very good, comfortable win for Liverpool, exactly what they were after. Now let's talk about a very interesting game. We had Wolves playing Tottenham Spurs. So Spurs were leading up till 90 minutes. Like injury time से पहले जब extra time आखिरी में होता है, they were leading the entire game. Johnson scored around second third minute, ठीक है. पूरा गेम उन्होंने लीड किया है जस्ट टू बॉटल इट. 90+1 पे पहले सराबिया से गोल खाया और फिर 90+7 में लेमिना से खा लिया. मतलब दे जस्ट गेव इट अवे, गेव द इंटायर गेम अवे लिटरली 5 मिनट में, वो भी इंजरी टाइम एक्स्ट्रा टाइम के 5 मिनट में. और दे लॉस्ट दैट गेम 2-1 एंड दैट इज़ द रीज़न दैट इस वक्त अब कोई भी टीम प्रीमियर लीग में जो है वो अनबीटन नहीं है, यानी कि इनविंसिबल्स कोई भी नहीं है. और ये बहुत क्रूशियल पॉइंट थे, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट थे. एंज पोस्टेकोग्लू की जो एक टाइटल रन हो रही है स्पर्स के साथ, उसके लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट मैच था ये. मगर it is what it is. They lost this game. They were very decent, I guess, like Johnson or like Pedro Porro. They had a very decent game, but some players were not that good. Especially Kulusevski didn't have a good game. मुझे तो सन की भी performance को इतनी खास नहीं लगी. Yes, he had like a few chances, but still his performance was not as convincing as his, like अगर आप उसके पिछले मैचेस देख रहे हो तो कितनी कन्विंसिंग वो फुटबॉल खेल रहा है. मगर अगेन आई हैव टू गिव क्रेडिट टू वुल्व्स. दे डिफीटेड मैनचेस्टर सिटी. दे शुड हैव डिफीटेड मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड इन द फर्स्ट गेम. दे वर एक्सेलेंट एंड दे वर ऑल्सो रॉब्ड ऑफ द पेनल्टी. तो ड्रॉ तो कर लेते यूनाइटेड के खिलाफ, फिर उन्होंने सिटी को बिठाया. और अगेन दिस गेम, द थिंग आई हैव टू गिव क्रेडिट टू वुल्व्स के यू लूज द इंटायर गेम, बट स्टिल जब तक फाइनल विसल नहीं होती, यू डोंट लूज होप. You are trying and you are knocking at the door, and you have the self-confidence ke probably just one moment of brilliance and you would score and you would get the lead for your team. And Gary O'Neill was all over the place. He's a very good manager. He is doing wonders with Wolves. Like considering that he has not been in charge for a very long time, I think what he is doing with Wolverhampton Wanderers right now is very admirable, and he's doing a very very good job. Again, Cunha had a very good game. He also gave an assist. Lemina also had a very very good game. So overall, it was a very convincing performance from Wolves. They were not completely in charge of the entire game, but they won the game. They had like a few good chances, and they created those chances for themselves. So I think they deserve all the credit, and obviously they deserve all the 3 points they got. Now let's talk about another convincing, dominating performance. Arsenal won over Burnley 3-1. Again, a very good game. Trossard scored. Trossard also provided an assist. Saka also provided an assist. Saliba also scored in this game. So it was a very good, convincing game for Arsenal. 45+1 पे पहला गोल किया Trossard ने. Then Saliba scored around 57th minute, and then to top it off, Zinchenko scored around the 74th minute. Zinchenko was class in this game. He was very good in this game. Raya also had a very decent game. Saliba scored and had a decent game. Martinelli, Trossard again. It was a very convincing, a very dominating performance from Arsenal, and you expect it against Burnley because Burnley haven't been that good. Like everyone coming up in the Premier League, everyone expected Burnley to do better, at least better than what they're doing right now. They even at one point this game got to 1-1, but credits to then Saliba and Zinchenko who scored the winner. And yeah, it was a good game for Arsenal again, but I think इस वक्त something is not working. It's just not working for Winston Company. Like कुछ ना missing है, because like everyone coming into Premier League, obviously Premier League is a very difficult league, but the way Burnley have been performing is very underwhelming, because everyone thought that Vincent Company is one of the students of Pep Guardiola, and it is always expected from any student of Pep Guardiola that he would be he would at least have some tactics. Unless and until the the tactics or the system changes, Burnley में. I think they are going down the championship again next season. But let's talk about another win against a team जो कि इसी सीजन प्रमोट होके आई. मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड वर्सेस लूटन टाउन. ये बहुत बड़ा अपसेट था इस वीक का, क्योंकि मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड एक्चुअली वन दिस गेम अगेंस्ट लूटन टाउन. क्रेडिट्स टू विक्टर लिंडलॉफ्स 59th minute goal. I saw the whole game. I'm very sad that Rashford, Oil, and Garnacho, all of our front three, got the chances, but they were not able to finish any of those chances. Mason Mount was very good in this game, so I'm happy that he might, इस तरह की performances से he might get his confidence back, and I hope that he gets to the form जो जिस form में वो चेल्सी में 2019 या 20 में खेला करता था. But yes, a very, very important win for Manchester United. Very crucial points for Manchester United. And overall, it was a good performance. It was not a very convincing performance because obviously, when you play Luton Town, you should at least score 2-3 goals. Again, the same problem with Manchester United is that the players who should finish, like the strikers and the wingers, are not having a very good attacking game. And again, Rasmus Holland is still struggling to find his first goal in the Premier League. But I think that it would be coming soon. When the midfield starts to realize that he is a poacher, he's a proper number 9 striker. You have to, provide him if you want to get the goals. But it is what it is. A very good performance from Luton also. We have to give them the credit. They were not entirely bad. They were not very good, but they were not very bad. Very good performance from Townsend and Mengi. So yeah, I think it was a good performance, a good one or two save from Onana also. So overall, it was a fun performance. It was a decent game. It was boring at some points, but like we won at the end. So next up, we have an actual upset. Newcastle lost to Bournemouth. That is very, very weird. You don't hear that a lot. Solanke 60 and 73rd minute brace from that player, which led them to this victory. A very, very convincing and a very dominating performance from Bournemouth. हर player नहीं अच्छा खेला है. Cook player had a very good game. The goalkeeper Neto had a very good game. I think in Newcastle is the major thing they're struggling with right now is obviously their injuries. They were like most of their players were playing out of form. Joe Linton was out of position. Joe Linton was out of position. Then Gordon was playing as a striker, so he was also playing out of position. Willock was also playing out of position. Then you have your Hall, the young player from Chelsea they bought this season. He was also playing out of position. So a lot of players were playing out of position. So probably that was one of the reasons that they are struggling right now, and they have a lot of injuries, a lot of suspended players right now. Tonali got suspended for a year, so that is also one of the factors that they're struggling, because he was a very important and a very crucial player, especially in that defensive area, central defensive midfield area. So yeah, it was a very convincing win and a very, very important points for Bournemouth. And I think the main reason they lost this game is the fact that they have a lot of injuries. Now let's talk about the biggest game, the most interesting and the most entertaining game of this Premier League, and probably the game of the season of this entire Premier League season. It was Chelsea versus Manchester City. Chelsea का start इतना अच्छा नहीं हुआ Premier League season का, मगर the way they played against Spurs was very convincing. I know Spurs got 2 red cards and it was a very controversial game, but still they were, they were better. They had few moments जिसमें आप लग रहा था कि they are playing good football. And the same they did. Scoring 4 against Manchester City is not a easy thing. So you have to give credit there to Pochettino, and a very, very good game. पहली हाईलाइट इस गेम की ये हुई कि मार्क कुकुरेला जो है उन्होंने धक्का दे दिया बॉक्स के अंदर, खींच लिया हालैंड को. अब हालैंड थोड़े से लंबे तगड़े बंदे हैं, लेकिन ऑब्वियसली जब आपको बॉक्स में खींचे तो आपको गिरना पड़ता है फॉर पेनल्टी. आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट वाज नॉट अ पेनल्टी, बट इट वाज अ वेरी सॉफ्ट पेनल्टी. बट हालैंड स्कोर्ड, and after like 4-5 minutes, Thiago Silva equalized for Chelsea. Then again, Chelsea scored. Raheem Sterling scored this time, the old Manchester City player. Poor defending from Guardiola in that particular attack, and that led to 2-1. Chelsea getting the lead actually from 1-0 down to 2-1. But that lead did not last much longer, because Man City actually equalized half खत्म होने से पहले ही. Crashed to Akanji's header. No one was marking it. And then coming back in the second half, they like मुझे लगता है 90 सेकंड के अंदर they conceded from Erling Haaland का अमेजिंग आउटसाइड ऑफ द बॉक्स गोल था. मैं तो देख के हैरान हो गया कि भाई इतनी अच्छी फिनिशिंग कैसे कर लेता है. बट या गोल इज अ गोल. सो दैट गेव देम द लीड अगेन 3-2. बट देन जैक्सन स्कोर्ड. I don't know how, but yeah, Jackson scored 67th minute पे. he scored. Now he has like 4 goals in like 2 games, so I'm happy for him. और वो भी 2 गेम्स जो हैं वो किसके खिलाफ थी, स्पर्स के खिलाफ और मैन सिटी के खिलाफ, तो ही इज़ द बेस्ट स्ट्राइकर इन द वर्ल्ड. देन जैक्सन स्कोर्ड अराउंड 67 मिनट. उसके बाद रॉड्री की डिफ्लेक्टेड शॉट दैट वेंट इन 86 मिनट पे. मुझे इस टाइम पे लगा था कि मैन सिटी जो है वो जीत गई है. रॉड्री ऑलवेज गेट्स देम द लेट विक्ट्री, ऑलवेज इज देयर टू गेट द 3 पॉइंट्स फॉर हिज टीम. बट क्रेडिट्स टू द पेनल्टी, कोल पामर अपना ही प्लेयर जो है वो फिर से आस्तीनों में साम छुपाए फिर रहे थे पेप गार्डियोला. और पेप गार्डियोला ने इस मैच से पहले ही कहा था कॉन्फ्रेंस में कि छोटी टीमें डरती हैं अपने प्लेयर जो है अपने राइवल्स को बेचने से. हम नहीं डरते, हम बिग क्लब है, हम नहीं किसी से डरते. और उनके 2 एक्स प्लेयर जो हैं उन्होंने इस मैच में उनके खिलाफ स्कोर किया. तो दैट इज़ अ वेरी फन थिंग टू नो. बाकी इट वाज अ वेरी गुड परफॉर्मेंस. लेकिन अगेन कैसेडो was not that good. Considering it was such a high scoring game, he should have been good, but Casado or Enzo was decent, but Casado was like semi decent. But apart from that, they had a very convincing, a very dominating game from both end. It was a very very close game. Chelsea were obviously very good, but again, you are playing against Man City, who was the best team in the world, the treble winners from last season. So it's very difficult to score 4 against them. And the form they were in, Chelsea, no one expected them that they would just go out and score 4 against Manchester City. But I think that these are the kind of games which give you the confidence to build up and then start doing good in the Premier League season. Now Chelsea have a lot of difficult games coming up. They have to play, I think, let me just confirm. They have to play Manchester United. I'm sure about that. But they're playing. Yeah, they're playing Newcastle next. So a lot of difficult games in a row for Chelsea. And let's see how they play against Newcastle and how they play against Manchester United. But again, this was a hell of a game. If you have not seen the highlights, I would suggest you to go and watch the highlights because it was a very, very interesting game. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click on the bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. And also follow me on my Instagram. This is my Instagram, and I will be posting a review on my Instagram, probably on YouTube. I'm not sure about that, Abhi. About this shirt, I bought this shirt. It is Zidane jersey from 2006 World Cup. It has Zidane written on the back side. So I will be posting a review about it, and I will also be telling that from where I actually ordered and bought this shirt from. So if you're interested in that, make sure you follow my Instagram and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. तब तक के लिए अपना ख्याल रखिएगा. अल्लाह हाफिज़.